Hi everybody, welcome back to another Smart Spotlight with me, Sid, and you joining me here in my little tent. Do you like it? It's nice. It's a bit grubby. I've been here a while. But yeah, today we are reviewing a mod which many of you will recognise in its intent. And how do I put this? One of my beefs with Minecraft over the years has been the relatively short period it takes to go, right, spawn, punch a tree, craft a wooden pick. Within a minute, maybe two, of crafting a wooden pick, you've now got enough stone and you can craft a stone pick. And then within 10 or 15 minutes of getting a stone pick, you've probably got an iron pick. And realistically, if you really go hell for leather, you could have a diamond pick within 35-40 minutes of starting a game of Minecraft. It's that easy. Now, unlike Minecraft, Terra Firma goes, hey, you're spawning the world. You can't even make a wooden pick. You have to go around and look for stuff to make a wooden pick, and then you make a flint stone thing, and then you can clay and you smelt, little spoiling fines of copper, and you make copper picks and so on and so forth. And the progression with Terra Firma is considerably slower. You can be playing many tens or hundreds of hours before you get to the top tier pick. So what are we looking at here? Well, we are looking at Geolosys by It's Just Jose. I'm going to pronounce that as a Hispanic pronunciation of Jose, not Josie. But yeah, terrible. I'm terrible at names. The first time I looked at the name, I actually went, "Oh, how do you pronounce that?" Yeah. So what this mod does is it brings Terra Firma like mineral deposits and searching to vanilla Minecraft. Let's go and start over here. So you're going to want to make a wooden pick, and you're going to want to make a book, and armed with that you're going to make a field manual. The field manual is the in-game documentation. There's one here, and it's actually really rather nice because it's just a standard book, a little bit of introduction, tells you all about the Geolosys mod. Hugely configurable. This is all assuming default configurations. Tells you about that it's basically inspired by TFC. Samples below Y24 have a chance of spawning a magma block. I'm assuming we either mean a lava block or a magma cube. I'm not entirely sure. And samples generated on the surface with the same chunk of the corresponding mineral vein. If the configs allow, you can get a small sample of what the entire vein will yield by either right-clicking or breaking the sample. Okay. Prospecting early game might be hard, but you know that once you find a sample within that chunk, generally in the center, make yourself a prospector's pick ASAP to make the process easier. And then it talks all about clusters, and as you go through the clusters, you've got the stone variants. They are now clustered into large plutons instead of generating sporadically. Coal, and it tells you basically about each of the minerals: hematite, gold, lapis, cinnabar, which is of course redstone. Depending on the mods you have, it will also have a chance of dropping other stuff. Kimberlite, aka diamond. Sorted quartz, and again, if you've got accurate additions, it can do black quartz, and applied energistics will do charged and regular quartz, and yada yada. Malachite is copper, of course. Azurite is a larger, deeper source of copper. Cassiterite is tin. Teallite is tin. Limonite is iron. Galana is silver and lead. Bauxite is aluminium. Platinum is platinum. Autunite is uranium or yellorium, and yeah, that's pretty much the basics. So how do you make a prospecting pick? Well, the prospecting pick, unsurprisingly, is a large amount of iron. It's actually, what, 9, 10, 12 ingots of iron. And you'll want one of those. And we'll also need a pick. Let's go for a little wander out here. Got a little campfire, got my little mine shaft, and over here I've got some samples. So these are the clusters. These are the little samples that you will find dotted around the world. When you find one of those, you know that there's one of the mineral of that type in the chunk you are in. And as you dig, you will eventually find this. Now, if you silk touch it, you can do nothing with it. You need to mine it with a non-silk touch pick, and it will generate these clusters. Now, one thing I'm not 100% certain of, so let us just go and grab a pick, get a spare one, and let us grab a Fortune 3 bulk, and let's just quickly enchant one up with Fortune 3 as well, and we'll test that out in a mo, whether you get more from Fortune or not, so that will be worth a test. But yeah, you got iron, they're all fairly obvious. This is your Galana, gives you lead and silver in the drop, and so on and so forth. Coal, cinnabar, gold, lapis, quartz, so you don't have to go to the nether, and kimberlite. Now, if I take my, I got, because this is a terrain generation heavy mod, I don't need that yet. Actually, there's some over here. Let's take a little stroll in this direction. Yes, it takes a lot longer than you would think to find these ores. It is definitely going to slow progression down, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So over there, next to that rather scary looking quark cow, hence why it's that colour, it's a cinnabar sample. And again, if you break that, we probably need to find another one. I know there's more samples around here. I've seen them. I think we've got a sphalerite sample here. If you break that, that has a chance of giving you the sphalerite drops. And over this direction, there is a azurite sample, or copper. Now, when I found this, I dug straight down because I was in creative mode, and I found this fairly quickly. Now, I have not. There's a magma block in there. That's interesting. We're probably below that level then. Let's just have a little peek just how big this actually is, shall we? In fact, I will just excavate this, and I shall be back with you in a second. Alright, well, it was bigger than I actually expected it was going to be. In fact, it's friggin' huge. Lava does spawn down here, by the way. I just used some blaze lamps from Quark to illuminate the area. And yeah, it is massive. If any of you are wondering about some of the ores I didn't mention, emerald still spawns as usual. However, let us just try what happens when we mine this normally. You get a copper cluster. Now, do we get it with Fortune? I don't know whether this Fortune's or not. 2, 3. Let me just bat a few out. You see, I don't think Fortune is having any effect on that. So that's the thing. But there's a lot of copper here. I would hazard a guess, if I was going to guess this, how much copper there was here, I would certainly say there's about 3 or 4 stacks. And this stuff will be, you can audible this, so we can pop this into here and it will give you 2 things, and it will work with most or doubling mechanics. Where's my way out? I don't need to do that. So I did go around the world and spot a few others. So if we go back to here, this was a quartz sample, and if we jump in here, and this is the thing. So if we start flob around, we can't find anything. So what you need to do is dig. And periodically you will just sit there and you'll see no deposits found, and eventually once you get to a point where you're in the right area, oops, hang on, I didn't want to really do that one, but there you go. What you will get is something other than no deposits found. Now you may have to go quite deep, it all depends on the deposit and if you're actually even in the right chunk. But eventually, well, it sounds like, I'm glad I'm in creative mode, that sounds like there's lava. And obviously you wouldn't do it like this if you were in survival. You would plan your attack a little bit more cautiously. I may not even manage to find this one. You know what they say about never doing live demonstrations? No. I have got a sneaking suspicion that we would have to spend a goodly time. Now, it's somewhere in the chunk. So if we bring up, oops, not the screenshot. If we bring up our chunk information, this is, where are we? 13, 14. So it could be over this side, for example. So if we were to get the middle, because it did say the middle of the chunk, which would be around about here, and try it, and just bat around with the thing. I would have expected to find it if it was this close, though. Now, I'm not 100% certain whether, like TFC, you can end up with some false positives. So that may be a thing. We may actually not find this ore. Let me just continue this and I will be back in a second. Found it. It was actually here, look. Again, how big this is, well, it's probably fairly large. We got an idea of how big that quartz one was. This may be a different generation, but it looks pretty big. So, yeah, that's the quartz. Now, actually, let me just get, are you ready? This was the first one I found. So I was kind of faffing around here and it said, oh, it's down from you. Okay, well I went and it's like down from me, down from me, down from me, down from me. All right, let me go down. Oh, it's west from me. So there's a gold. And yeah, as you can see, I'm not sure whether this is going to be a huge vein, but it's certainly not small. So I think they will scale accordingly. So I'm guessing kimberlite, for example, will not be massive. So that is it, really. We can, we can't. Oh, we can because I'm in creative, aren't I? Yeah. Go back to the camp. So that's it. Geolosys by please correct me if I got that pronunciation wrong. As per usual, guys, all the details are in the description below, and check it out. It's an interesting mod. I could have done this when I was trying to emulate TFC in vanilla back when I did the Nomad Season 2. It would have been interesting. But Nomad Season 3, it may happen if we ever try another version of the Nomad mod. Don't know. But until then, thanks for watching, and bye for now.